My name is Greg Young, and I'm coming to you live from Davenport, Florida. And this is my beautiful wife, Shatita. And this morning we're gonna talk about how to control your emotion. And I'm gonna start off, and then I'm gonna let my wife chime in with whatever things she thinks that will help with the controlling your emotions. But my main thing within me, and this is just me, when it comes to controlling my emotions, I don't allow things to get to me to where it gets me to a situation to where I'm frustrated to where I have to show my emotions. Because if you allow a situation to get to you to where you have to show your emotions, then you lose control of your emotions because you've allowed whatever situation that you was in to get under your skin. So basically what I'm saying to you is that no matter what you go through in life, always keep a clear head and always, do it with a clear conscience and a clear mindset to where you can control your emotions, because you have to realize that when you allow someone to get inside your head to where you can't control your emotions that you have towards them and causes you to get off balance, then it's just simply time for you to let that person go. So now I'm gonna turn it over to my beautiful wife. And what do you have to say, babe, about controlling emotions?
Honestly, Greg, I'm gonna be honest with you. Control your emotions. I had to work through that. Because I used to just like something affect me. I mean, not all women, but this woman was one like, oh my God, really? Did that happen? Oh my God, so I and then I had to stop. I had to breathe. I had to think. I before you react, ladies and gentlemen, you have to breathe. Breathe first and then react. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, you don't even have to react. You just breathe first and then walk away. Emotion controlling is a technique. It's something that has to be practiced, don't you think?
Oh
It's
yeah,
not something that's
absolutely.
because the reason why that we some of us go off the handle sometimes is because it's in fact is what we learn from our parents and our grandparents, our aunts and uncles, how to react when this situation comes into our life. And so now we have to reprogram ourselves. We
Absolutely.
have to reprogram ourselves, and we had to make sure that we decide not to go off like maybe we have seen our relatives, our loved ones growing up.
Absolutely.
So control your emotions. It starts with you first. It starts with the breath first. You think you have time. If you give yourself that 4 to 8 seconds to breathe, and then you make, and then either you can react to it in a more calm and sensible way, or you can just walk away from it. Sometimes just walking away from the situation will help every single time. What do you think, babe? Go ahead.
Well, actually, and another thing, when it comes to controlling your emotions, you have to realize that every action requires a consequence. So when it comes to controlling your emotions, you think about, okay, if I act out on this emotion, what is this consequence to that reaction of me acting out on this emotion? What would it lead me? How can it benefit? What is the benefit in it for me? And what is the advantages in it for me? And what is the disadvantages? And when you weigh the pros and cons of what the advantages are and what the disadvantages are, then you're more apt to make a decision as to not make that decision, because based upon the advantages and the disadvantages, the disadvantages outweigh the advantages. So 9 times out of 10, you're not going to make that decision. So just remember, when it comes to controlling your emotions, always look at what is the consequence, what is the outcome of me doing this particular thing, and then normally it will cause you to control your emotions, because we have to realize that we all have emotions that we go through. And so a lot of times in life, emotions are hard to control, especially when you're dealing with the loss of a family member. But me, when it comes to my emotional of sadness, when I'm dealing with the loss of a family member, or maybe dealing with an unpleasant situation in my life, I try to find that happy place.
Right.
Because if you can find that happy place, then you can control your emotions. Because your emotions is controlled by the behavior that you have.
Right.
And if you have a behavior of happiness, then now your emotions are controlled. But if you have a behavior of anger, now your emotions are not controlled. But What else? What do you have to say,
You
babe?
know what? I even okay. Let me get a little closer. You got kids. Your kids would test you. Your kids would test you for real. Hold on. Let me bring the camera a little close. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Those kids will test you. Like this morning, my child. I was getting my child dressed for school this morning, and I'm like, "Come on, baby, let's get this. Let's get the clothes on." And here he is stretching, taking his own sweet time. And I was like, "Come on, little Greg, let's go, Gigi, let's go." And he's just still stretching. And I swear, I had a flashback of my childhood of what my mama and my daddy would have did. You know what I'm saying? But I had to, even though I was getting into my emotions, I had to sit there and think, like, you know what? I'm not going to allow you to control my day. Just because you want to act silly and you don't want to go to school on time, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I mean, like I said, sometimes your kids is your biggest blessing, but sometimes they're your biggest tester. Okay. And I got one that's my biggest. Oh, I got four of them. They are my biggest testers. So even that little thing could sit there and build a snowball and
Absolutely.
ruin the rest of my day because that little boy is acting like his daddy. Yes, acting. See, my thing is that I'm not used to it, but his daddy know how to handle him better than I do, don't you, Greg?
Oh yeah.
Oh, because he's like what?
He's a protege of me.
He's
So
just
when you're
like
dealing with
him.
yourself, you have to know how to control your
Oh, it's just
emotions.
like him. So he was doing that because he's gonna do what he want to do. He didn't care what I was thinking at the time, and I was having flashback to my childhood. But we had to breathe. I had to breathe. I had to stop. I had to breathe. I said, you know what? He's just like his dad. And you know what? He's trying to get my attention. And I just gonna love him for where he at. That's another thing, Greg.
Oh yeah.
We have to love people where they at.
Absolutely.
You can't change. You can't allow your emotions because you want them to be this way or that way. Maybe they ain't programmed to be that way. And you know what? And I think I treat life like a movie.
Yeah.
You got to treat life
Absolutely.
like a movie. So maybe that their character in your movie, and that's what they're supposed to do, and you just gotta let it go. Just let it go and
Absolutely.
breathe. Go ahead.
Absolutely. You a lot of times, when it comes to dealing with our kids can test us and get on that last nerve, but we have to realize that we are the parents. And when it comes to being parents, we are the figure for them. We set the example for them.
Mhm.
So when we're around our kids, we cannot let our kids get under our skin to where we do something emotional and act out, because if they see that, you got to look at it. You have to set the greatest example for your kids because you're their role model. You're all that they have. So if they see you acting out and you can't control your emotions, what do you think they're going to do? So you want to pave the way to where you can set the good example, and that's how you have to control your emotions. You have to realize that, okay, this is a child that I'm dealing with. A child is going to do childish things. A child is going to do things that kids do. So you have to be in that position to where you can control your emotions based upon whatever that child does. And like I said, granted, mine, when I'm dealing with my 8-year-old Gregory Jr., it's just like dealing with me. Gregory the second, just like dealing with me. Because I know my emotions and I know his emotions, but sometimes I have to control my emotions in order to understand where he's at emotionally. Because if I don't control my emotions, then I lash out on him for the things that he has done, but it may not be his fault. It may be just he's feeling emotional, but I never did look at the big picture. That's why I say you always have to when it comes to controlling your emotions, you always have to take in consideration the situation at hand and outweigh the pros and cons of the situation at hand. And then that gives you the time and the ability to be able to control your emotions, because you cannot control your emotions if you don't have a clear head.
Exactly.
What else you got to say?
You know what? Now I think about it. You know how people are on a job. Now I had this situation myself. I had a situation. I was working. Not gonna say where I was working at, but I was working in this place, and I was I was the second in command, the operations person, and I had this person, that really didn't like me, and they would do anything they possibly could to try to destroy my reputation or to get me fired, or because of some fact that you know I learned pretty quick. I grasped on. They was threatened for their own job, and that's fine. But my thing is that I allow their um, low vibrations
Right.
to affect me. That was when I was back in the day. I would come home upset. Remember that? I would come
Oh
home
yeah.
crying. Why did that person do this? Why did they do that? I'm doing everything to help them to build up the company. I can't help that. I'm keep getting blessed. Let's do this together.
Oh yeah.
What you got to do with those people is that you can't embark on their feelings. You can't sit there and say, you know what, I'm gonna allow them to be my puppeteer. Every time they get upset, I'm gonna get upset, and I'm gonna fail at what I'm doing. You just gotta keep pushing. They're there for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You're like we was talking about haters. Your haters are your motivators.
Absolutely.
Let that person's negativity motivate you to the next level. Don't allow them to stump you and come down to their level, because that's what they want. That's what they want, 1111. That's what they want. I'm telling you, my beloved, that's what they want. You have to go above. Take the high road. Keep doing what you're supposed to do. Whatever your gift is, operate in your gift. Do whatever you're supposed to. Don't pay them no attention. Don't pay them no mind, no matter what they're saying. Because as soon as you pay them attention, you magnify the situation.
Absolutely. And the thing is, what you have to realize is when you allow someone to get up under your skin and cause you to make a decision without a clear head, then you have allowed them to dictate your space. You have allowed them to dictate the control of your mind and your brain. And you should not give nobody space inside your head that is not paying their dues, that is not paying rent. So why allow someone to make you emotional when they're not helping you make a dime, when they're not putting no food on your table, when their opinion doesn't matter? You have to sometimes in life look at it from this point of view.
Yes.
To where, everything in life happens for a reason. So you may come across somebody in life that is you trying to do good by them, and you trying to treat them right with respect and do everything respectful towards them. But this person is trying to do everything like my wife in the situation she was when she was working at the job. And it was just insecurity of the person that was just insecure because she was moving up. She was smart. She was figuring out things. And this person felt a sense of insecurity and threatened, thinking that she possibly could take her job. And when people feel insecurity and threaten, that's when they start to try to do anything and everything to get under your emotion. But you have to be able to control it to let yourself know, you know what, this is only a temporary situation. I'm not going to allow this person to occupy this space because this is my space. And I have control over my own destiny and my own destination to where I want to go. And I have control over my own emotions.
Right.
And you cannot allow someone else to take the wheel of your emotions. You got to remain the driver. You got to stay in the driver's
Right.
seat. You
Right.
got to do what you need to do.
Mhm.
And as long as you do what you need to do, you'll get the outcomes that you want.
Right.
But if you allow someone else to control your emotions, then now you might as well adopt their lifestyle because you're going to be doing everything they're doing. You're going to be living on their terms and not your own. And that's how you control your emotions, is within your behavior and having a clear picture of what's going on around you and not allowing what people are saying or doing to get under your skin to cause you to act in a way that you normally would not act.
Right.
Anything you want to add?
Right. I believe in every setting. If there's a group of people, and I'm telling you, there's gonna be somebody, that maybe that if you're trying to get ahead, everybody trying to get a paycheck, somebody that wants to outshine you. There's always somebody that wants to. That's okay. That's okay, because like I said, once again, that's their purpose. So first of all, how there's steps to control your emotion. First of all, breathe. Before you react, breathe. It sounds really crazy, but it helps. So breathe, right? Okay? Then you think about it. And I'm going to allow this person, once again, like I said last week, to rent space in my head or use me like a puppet in order to move in order to get in my to get in my space? Am I gonna allow that to happen? That's step two. So you got to think about it. Am I gonna allow that person to be a puppeteer and rent space in my head? That's what you're not gonna do. And three, sometimes you just gotta walk away. Cause you know what? They can't argue with themselves. And I'll be, well, that's just the devil. That's just the devil. No, most of the time it's not the devil. That's just that human being because they want to be like you.
Oh yeah.
Right, right.
And another thing, you always you have to remember that you're in control of your own destiny. You're in control of your own emotions. When you allow someone else to get you out of control of your own emotions, that means you have allowed that person to get inside your head. And the worst thing you could do is allow someone to get inside your head that don't deserve to be there. And the thing is, the reason why I say that is because you have your own mind. You have your own thinking pattern process, and you know what's best for you better than anybody. And you know how to control your emotions better than anybody.
Right.
And you hold the key to your success or failure within the emotions that you act out on and the emotions that you're able to control. So just remember, the next time someone starts to get you upset or gets you in your emotional feelings or causes you to be someone you're not, remember this one thing. Remember that you hold the key to your success or failure. You are the driver of your own car. You are the one in control of your own life and your own destination. And don't let nobody control that but you. And like I said, we're all human. Emotions is going to get the best of us because, like I said, there's times in life when you have moments of happiness, sadness, gladness, whatever the case may be. And you tend to be emotional during those situations. But don't let them get the best of you. Always be able to come back from where you are. If that emotion takes you to a dark place, don't stay there. Because we realize when we lose loved ones and stuff like that, our emotions get the best of us. And they do take us to a dark place. But you know what? When I go to a dark place, I try to find my way out. I try to think of the most happiest moment that I had when that person was here on earth, and it puts a smile on my face. And when it puts a smile on my face, now I'm coming out of that emotional dark place that I'm in. So don't allow, always let your happiness be your blessing to you. You know, always be happy, always feel happy, even when you don't feel good, always say you feel good. Always speak life into yourself and always stay in a state of mind of positivity. Because if you can remain positive, then there's no emotion that can control your lifestyle or your direction or your decisions or your thoughts or your thinking pattern process. Anything else you want to add?
You know what? I'm gonna give you guys a bonus tip. Now, when I'm really, because I'm not perfect, neither one of us are, but here's style, a lifestyle skill hack. Here's a lifestyle skill hack: smile. It's hard. It's hard when you really pissed off. It's hard for you to smile. So just smile. Like Greg was saying, think of the happiest time in your life. Now I will smile. I'm like, and the happiest time in my life when I used to live in North Muskegon with my great grandmother and my grandmother. We used to do all kind. That's one of my. Well, that's one. I have a lot of them, but that's one of my happiest times because they're no longer here. So I just sit there and I just smile and I just thinking about how me and my grandmother used to walk to the store. We just go get snacks and candy and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just smile, and it brings up the energy in me. It brings my vibrations up, and I smile like, you know what? This is not that bad. You know what? You know what? I push love onto them, and I'm gonna be happy. And you start to be. I'm getting happy right now, even thinking about it. So that's your bonus for today. And even in a tight situation, smile. Smile. It's scientifically, it will bring your emotions up. Scientific, no matter what it. Go in the mirror, like do some mirror exercises. Smile in the mirror. Smile even through your tears. Smile. I swear it will. It's life changing. It's like it sounds crazy. It sounds stupid. It's like, yeah, right. That's gonna work. I'd rather just do what I gotta do and just go sock them in the forehead. No, don't do that. Walk away and just smile because you know you have conquered that, and you go into your next level, your next platform, your next bonus, your next door gonna open for you of blessings.
That's
But you
right.
make a choice and just smile.
And another thing, you have to be realize that when it comes down to your emotions,
Just leave right here, baby.
when it comes down to your emotions, you have to realize that, you know, emotions is a state of mind that we trigger ourselves to believe in. Wow, that's powerful. Emotions is a state of mind that we trigger ourselves to believe in. So what I mean by that is whatever you believe in, that's what emotion is going to flow through. So if you believe that this person has upset you and you allow that to trigger inside of your mind and become your state of mind, now you're going to act out. But if you believe that what this person said is not going to bother you and you just going to blow it off like a grain of salt and keep moving forward and keep staying focused, then now you have controlled your emotions. But if you allow that state of mind to go where their state of mind is, now they got your emotion. Don't allow nobody to control your emotions because you have control over it. Because it's a state of mind that we trigger our mind to believe in that we have went to. So that's why, it's very important for you to know how to control your emotions, but you cannot control your emotions if you don't understand what emotions are. And like I said, it's a state of mind that we trigger ourselves to believe in based on certain situations that we face in life. Anything else you want to add, babe?
So once again, we get our emotions or how we react or how we see life itself from our family,
Yeah,
our family, our community. You know what I'm saying? Even our ethnic origin. You act like this because you're this ethnic, or you act like that or because you're that ethnic. Like my mom did. This is how my mom reacted when she got bills. This is how my dad reacted when she did this or that or other thing. It's all that's how we react. We react. It's not so much genetics as much it is how we would how our environment was when we were growing up. Because from the age of from birth, of conception up to the age of 7, and you are subconsciously being trained on how to react in your everyday life.
that's right.
And then you ever think about, man, I act just like my mom, or I act just like my dad. You know what my mom always told me? My mom always said, you know what? If you're gonna be like me, be better than me. And I tell my kids that every day. If you're gonna be like me, be better than me. If I did something that you don't that's not working for you, do find another technique that's better, because I'm not perfect. So beloved, I all I'm saying is to you today is that you are the captain of your ship, and that ship is called life, and you are the co-creator of your reality, and you have a choice to either be at peace or be in anger. And you know what? Anger doesn't help you. If it sends bad um uh, it's in bad vibrations to all parts of your organs. It makes you sick, and then it causes disease. That's when your body's at disease. So, beloved, I'm telling you right now, you have a choice. Choose happiness. Choose joy. Choose peace.
Absolutely, because you look at it like this, it's enough bad things going on around the world. It's enough sad moments in the world, and there's enough things happening around the world today to have us at an emotional state of mind to where we don't even need to be controlled by an emotional state of mind of someone else being able to tap into our brain and cause us to act a certain way, because we're dealing with a battle each and every day that we wake up in this journey of this thing called life, because we don't know what life has in store for us. We don't know what the next day is going to bring, but we cannot be too emotional to where we cannot understand what's going on. We cannot handle what's going on, and we cannot deal with what's going on. And like I said, the best way to control your emotions is to not let them get to you. And what I mean by not let them get to you, don't let nothing bother you. I know you said, well, Greg, man, how could you do that? It's all a thinking pattern process. If you think that something is going to upset you before it upsets you, it's going to upset you. If you believe that
That's
something
right.
is going to bother you, it's going to bother you. So you've got to trigger your belief system to another level to where nothing's going to bother me. I don't care what it is. Nothing I'm going to get upset about. Nothing I'm going to get emotional about. And if I do decide to go there, I'm going to find my way back real fast.
Right.
Because you have to realize that your emotions is based upon your thinking pattern process and not nobody else's.
Right.
It's all in the perception of how you perceive things, what triggers your emotions. You know, so on a daily basis, in your life, try to perceive more happiness than sadness. In your life, try to perceive more pleasure than pain.
Right.
And then you will be able to control. Thanks for stopping by, Sarah. And you will be able to control your emotions as to where you're going. Because if you cannot control your emotions, you can't control your destination of your future.
I believe that's so wrong. But okay.
And that's what I'm saying. But you got anything you want to add, baby?
You know what? I tell you what, babe.
Good evening.
Good evening. Oh, he said he's a good evening. Oh, it's might be good evening over there. That's what it is. Oh, okay. Good evening. So anyhow, like I said, when you're in an emotion, when you're in an emotional conundrum.
Yeah.
You're in an emotional conundrum, and you about to fly off. What you do? You, like I said, you breathe. You put a smile on your face. You walk away. You know, a lot of times you don't want to walk away. A lot of times you want to be like, but you can't do that. You got to be bigger than the person. You know what? So a lot of things that affect your emotions also is the news. Turn it off. Turn off the news. Don't read all that negative stuff, because when you take that, when you read all that negative stuff, you take it with you. You carry it with you. You carry it with you. And you know what? And if you want a blessing in your life, you got to be a blessing. You have to be a blessing.
Absolutely.
So we're going to wrap it up, babe.
Absolutely. But like I said, just always remember this. I want to tell you this one point. I want to leave it with you, and then we're going to wrap it up and get up out of here because we got a lot of other stuff to do today. But I want to leave this thing with you. You hold the key to your success or failure. Don't allow someone else to unlock a door that they don't deserve to be inside of.
They don't have that power. They don't give them that power. Don't give them that power.
So do me a favor, like, comment, and share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I just want to say thank each and every one of you all for stopping by. And we have a call to action. We just want you to check out our website at enjoythejourney.org. And we also have a special gift there for you all for tuning in this morning, which is evening over there, sir. And but because we appreciate you. We appreciate your likes, your comments, your shares, and all you've done. So you got anything else you want to say, babe?
You know what? I'll tell you what. You guys that we do trading and cryptocurrency, I want to give you guys a bonus. You guys go over there and you look at Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu stocks are cheap right now. So they are really, really cheap. So you guys go ahead and I don't care if you gotta invest $5. Invest in the stocks. And you know what? If you guys want to learn more about trading and cryptocurrency and Forex and all that stuff, look on our website. Join Elevate, and we'll show you all about it. But that's your tip for today, baby. Put some ching in your pockets.
All right. So thank each and every one of you all. So God bless you all and have a blessed day. And goodbye.